Hey everyone, welcome back to another video from Handyman University. My name is Brennan. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 handyman services to add to your business in 2023. So let's get right into it. Number 1 is going to be a dock installation and removal service. So this is something that I'm actually pretty excited about because I know 100% it works. My brother and friend have got a side business. They've been doing this for almost going on 10 years now. That we started when we were like 12 helping out this guy, and later I stopped because it was too cold for me, but my friend and brother kept doing it, and they do it every spring and fall. He sold them the business like 6 years ago. They do about 100 to 120 docks and lifts every year, and so essentially what you do is early spring, they try to around end of April, I believe, they try to start putting them in. They go put the dock sections in piece by piece, put the boat lift in, and then they charge per section a certain amount, and then the lift is a certain amount. So generally they charge around $25 per dock section, and then $75 to like $120 depending on the lift for that. So essentially the average dock is about, I want to say around $350 is their average dock. And they can go and pump out. They'll hire a bunch of friends, and they'll do like eight in a day. Usually is like a good day. And so they'll do that on the weekends after work at night. They'll pop out 2 or 3. Really lucrative, and it's something that the people have to do on the lake. Generally, lake property owners are older too, so they're not physically able, or they're just not willing to get into that cold water, and I don't blame them. So it has to be taken out in the fall too, because the ice will wreck your dock. So this is the price every single time too. It's not like one price you get spring and fall just done. No, it's $350 here, $350 here. So it's a really nice business, something to think about adding to your list of services. And I think if you do it right, you could definitely make some serious money. They do pretty good. So number 2 is a new one that I'm working on that kind of goes along the same lines with that, is seaweed cutting. So essentially think of it as an aquatic lawn mowing service. I made a video of this a couple weeks ago, I believe. Still working on that. Got to get the other parts out. Haven't given up on that, so stay tuned. Anyways, essentially I'm going to come in. I'm going to cut their seaweed at the edge of their dock around a perimeter. And this is going to help from getting your boat clogged up for swimming and just look a little nicer, right? People don't like touching weeds when they swim. And I'm going to come in with a one-time fee. I'm thinking around $500 for the first cut, because that's going to be a lot. Because we're going to cut it, rake it up, and then haul it away as well. And so maybe like a $250 every recurring, about once a month, I would think. So something like that. Again, this is brand new. It's something I thought of. Contacted local DEC, whatever. Good to go, cleared, as long as I cut it and not disturb the bed, the soil bed or whatever. Then we're good to go. So something I'm thinking about doing, maybe something for you to think about as well. Could be a nice combo with the dock package. It's the same customer, so it could be a nice upsell. Number 3 is something that I found. I went to Norwalk, Connecticut, a couple weekends ago to do some work for a cousin of mine. While I was there, I saw a guy that only did mailbox installs. He had a shop, and he did mailbox installs, and then he had a showroom of mailboxes, which was kind of cool, kind of funny. I didn't go in, but I saw he had a big window, and that's all he does, it seems like. I mean, that's all the business is. So I was thinking, like, is there really that much money in mailboxes? And I was thinking back, like, yeah, actually, I charge about $250 for a mailbox install, and the customer supplies the mailbox. They buy their own posts. They buy everything. All I gotta do is grab a bag of quick setting concrete for $10, dump it in, get it all set. Takes me like an hour to dig, whatever, and $250. So I get a couple of these every spring because we have snowplows around here, and they always are hitting mailboxes. So it's kind of like you're good to get a few every year for sure. So something you can make some good money with, something to think about. Before we get into number 4 here, thanks to everyone that subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000. We need like 60 more, I think. Still doing that giveaway for Milwaukee or DeWalt drill set combo. More details of that in the future. But anyways, let's get into the 4th one. 4th one is satellite dish removal. This one is been huge this year. I've done like 12 of them already. Nobody likes them. They're ugly. Nobody uses them. Even the older generation is kind of on Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff now, and they're like, I don't use this. I haven't used this in a couple years, so just get rid of it. So you just take it down, fill it with some sealant, take it to the dump. So I've been charging about $125 for each one I take off, but this is when I'm doing other services. This hasn't been like a direct call just for this. If it was a direct call, obviously you can probably get more, like $250, I would assume, easy. I could probably get $250 adding it onto the other services, but I'm not gonna try to milk them for every penny, obviously. So, something to look into. Definitely is a market for it. There's a lot of those out there. Pretty much every house had one. Some of them have 2 or 3. So definitely, a lot of times you could probably point it out walking around the house when you're looking at stuff outside or something, like, oh, hey, we take those down. Would you be interested? I bet they would be. Something to think about. And fifthly, we have a window washing. I don't know about you, but I have this guy that shows up in my feed on YouTube Shorts, and he's a salesman for window washing, and he's just like constantly knocking on doors selling things, and it seems like a pretty good price. It seems like it takes him like an hour to do it. So if you get the right equipment, whatever, definitely think you can make some money. Probably like $25 a window. That's what I've had a lot of people around here ask me this year, and I was just been too booked up, so I haven't been able to do it. But I think there's definitely a market for it. Obviously, there's window washing businesses, so there definitely is money in it. Something to add, seems pretty light labor. You get those extension poles and you just like work up, and then you don't even have to get up on a ladder, and not too bad. So, and then I have one more bonus for you, number 6 here. This is a closet shelving install service. So I have a friend that went to college in Iowa. He graduated, and a company he worked for only installed shelving rack. They went to like 4 different states, and they would travel overnight, stay in hotels, whatever. Just did like standard racking you'd see at Lowe's or Home Depot. They didn't build like custom plywood shelving for crazy closets. It was just like regular shelving. And they paid him like $30 an hour. So they definitely were making money. Something to think about. I've done a few of these, definitely undercharged for them. But yeah, I mean, could be a nice little niche to get into. And the beautiful thing with all of these is the handyman business is, I think of it as an umbrella. You can put all this stuff under it, and it allows you to test like all these different services that you want to offer, see what you like, see what you're good at, see what you make money at. And then it allows you to say, okay, I've picked these 3 things, I'm going to do this. And then you can transition to just doing those 3 things, or even start a whole new business outside of that. Get rid of the handyman business if you want, and just focus on that niche. It's really nice. It allows you to do a lot. And yeah, these are top 5 with one bonus that you should think about adding. So thanks for watching.